Alright, so for those of you just tuning in, we're about to do some 4v4 Black Forest between me and the viewers. And you're playing Celts this game because someone told me in the Twitch chat that you really wanted me to play Celts, so I guess I'm playing Celts. Screw it, why not? We got quite a few good players in this match. I did not check at all if the teams are going to be fair, so the struggle is going to be interesting in this game, but it looks like I am on a team full of gods, but also against a team full of gods. As Harsh is like 21k rating, so... and he's Korean, okay. Alright, this is going to be an interesting match. Throughout this match, guys, I'm going to be walking you all through the thought process behind my decisions to hopefully help improve your understanding of Age of Empires. However, a brief disclaimer as always, it's difficult for me to play my best or extremely well when I'm focusing on trying to read the Twitch chat, playing, and talking. I'm sure that most of you, when you play Age of Empires, don't ramble on and on and on about stuff, as well as constantly trying to read a relatively quick-moving Twitch chat, so it's hard. But life goes on, and, you know, that's part of the entertainment value, I guess, is watching the struggle. I don't normally make the level of mistakes that you might see, but regardless, I hope you all find it entertaining. So anyway, we're going to start with 6 on turkeys, and move on to the Slumber Camp Mumbo Jumbo. If you want to learn more about the early game, I guess, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I talk about it all of my videos. If you want to learn more about mastering the early game and build orders and whatnot, I've got a series on YouTube called Resonance Teaches Rookie Players. So go check that out if you want to learn a little bit more about the basics, but I won't be talking too much about the basics in this particular match because I'm sure most of you have heard it a million times, and I would be a broken record if I did. So try to keep things interesting. Hello, Tonka! Nice to see you, sir. Chamberman asks, what's the best defense against a Drush/Trush? I would say scouting, honestly. Scouting is the best defense, in that case. If you know what your opponent is going to do, it is not so hard to react to it. A Drush, or a Trush, is devastating when you are unprepared, if you do not expect it. But how would you prepare? So yeah, anyway, God's Knight's going Conquistadors, what a shock. So, what is the, let's say you know that your opponent is going for that, what are you going to do then? You're probably going to want to wall up a little bit, and you're going to, okay, if it's a Trush, you're going to stop them from putting up the towers, so if that means pulling off a couple villagers, that's totally fine. Harassing them with your scout, walling off sections of your base to limit their movement is absolutely mandatory. I should put my scout over there. Absolutely mandatory. You want to limit their movement. So if, you know, the towers are coming into my base over here, I'm going to want to keep my lumber camp protected in the corner. So, you know, I'm going to want to wall off palisades around that, and I'm going to want to, like, I guess, split my base in half, you know, and try and limit the areas that he can build towers, and I'm going to be backing up my eco, so whatever towers that he does get down, I'm just going to simply move my villagers further back and just keep building up. I might be able to kill this scout, so not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, scouting. Scouting is huge though, because if you know that's coming, then you can prepare by walling off your base already. With palisades, and you really only need palisades to you're basically just trying to limit the space that your opponent can build his towers, and then, you know, if the guy fails his tower rush, he's basically completely screwed, so it's GG at that point. You have a pretty big advantage on him, and also another good defense against a tower rush is remembering that your opponent who's investing in a tower rush, will probably have, like, no defense at home, no domestic defense, so you can just simply wall off a bit. You know, restrict his areas of building, assuming that you cannot stop him from putting up his initial tower, because sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Depends on how many villagers they invest. Then you're going to want to raid his base with a couple dudes, and then it's GG. Against a Drush, again, it's just walling up. It's the same general idea. But yeah, so hopefully that answers that question. Hopefully that makes sense, right? You know what I should do? I should build a house. And you should get the other boar, which I guess is all the way over there, so I guess I'm going to be a little late on that boar lure, so for those of the small minority of you that are aware, I guess, of the Resonance's Aoe2 drinking game, you may take a shot. Or a sip of your drink, or however you do it. It's probably better if you just take a drink rather than Not a shock, because there's a long list of rules that are fairly common, I guess, these occurrences, but that's the point, you know. These define the Aoe2 experience. That's why I made them drinking game, part of the drinking game. They define the experience. They are the experience. And it's actually very weird for me to not play Mega Random. I know that I've been playing a lot of that recently, because some people are not a fan, I guess, of Black Forest, but some people are a huge fan, so... Black Forest is definitely my forte, and fuck this boar. Oh my god, really. Lost aggro right there. Wow. Wow, okay, nice. But yeah, Black Forest is definitely my specialty, and I know that a lot of people are a big fan of it, so try to please everybody, I guess. It's definitely a map that I'm much better at, and I just cannot get this boar for the life of me right now. The struggle! The struggle! Will I play Age of Empires 3? I'm not very good at it, but if people want to see me play it, then yeah, sure. I honestly don't really know what I'm doing, because I haven't seen much competitive AoE 3, so I don't know if what I'm doing is optimal or not, but I just carry over things that I've learned from other RTS games, and I just follow those rules, like try not to keep your production idle and shit. I did that again, didn't I? This is the worst, like, opening I've ever had. God damn it. The struggle is way too real right now. I did that twice now. I did that twice. I put the villager in way too early and he keeps losing aggro. Alright, well, we'll get him eventually, guys. We'll get him eventually, but at least it's Black Forest, so it doesn't really matter, and I can just go dance around and talk about crap. Can't find the Forgotten on Amazon, dude. It's Steam only. Stupid boar. We'll play AoE 3 with you. I'm kind of busy right now due to final exams, but at some point, sure. Definitely. Alright, board 2. Resin 0. This game is way too hard. My goodness. I'm going to have the world's latest feudal age ever, but you know what? Wait, I'm actually doing way better than most of the players in this game, so you know, all planned. All planned. One more failed boar lure and I'll be on Jordan's level. Ooh! Right in the feels, dude. Yeah, poor Jordan with those boar lures, though, but it happens, it happens. Okay, these guys are gonna go drop it off. Alright, we're gonna be a little slow in the feudal age, but it's okay. A-okay. No, I don't play only Forgotten on the stream, no, but Age of Empires 2 HD Edition is only available on Steam. Slight difference. I mean, at the moment I don't play the Age of Empires too often outside of the stream just because of schoolwork, but when we get past that, then I'll definitely be doing it more often. Because I do love this game. Exactly as Vaney said, you need 2 villas to build the first house fast enough to not get housed, and then you split them 2 to 1 so that you can build that other house in the meantime. But you don't need a 3 on one house, and that way you just get all the houses up the quickest. That's just the most efficient way to do it in the beginning. But yeah, in AoE 3 I just follow various RTS rules like don't keep your production facilities idle, and that's basically it, yeah. And I just kind of roll with it. I don't really know if I'm doing anything correctly, so... I mean, if you still want to see me do AoE 3, I can do that. At some point I definitely will, but it's definitely not my, my forte. Oh, I study political science right now.
Yes.
Game is always hard mode, guys. It's hard mode when I play it. Cannot explain it. Just because I make silly mistakes when I'm talking, reading the Twitch chat, and playing. That makes it more fun, I guess. It makes it harder. I like that. Keeps me on my toes. The game's too boring when I'm not making silly mistakes. Alright, let's get out that blacksmith market. We're gonna go for the fast castle age. Ooh, what a shock! It's Black Forest. I have an interesting speed question. What do you do first? Plop down 2 houses, make villagers in the TC? I make villagers in the TC. That's what I do first. I put down the 2 houses and then I get the sheep. Because I can, if I haven't found my sheep yet, I can always just put them on wood in the meantime. I can put my villagers on wood in the meantime, but I want to keep my villager production going immediately. Absolutely immediately. What rank am I in Aoe2? I am unrated. Oh wait, oh, you mean in like single player? I have no idea. I mean, I played it a lot on a different machine, so right now I guess I'm whatever the lowest one is, because I've only played like 10-15 matches. You take that back, Teslano. I swear I'm a good Morgana. Yes, Dunkling is right. Your town center must be like a heart. It must always be pumping. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Alright, we're gonna force a drop off and just go. Alright, not bad. I do not want coinage. Yeah, my mouse is kind of dying on me. I gotta replace that at some point. We gotta move on that. Yeah, your finger should always be over H and C when the game is loading, definitely. Play Hearthstone? I don't know if you guys want me to play Hearthstone. I haven't tried it yet, but it seems like the kind of game I'd be interested in. I'm a huge fan of Magic the Gathering. So, I hear it's somewhat similar. So, sounds like a plan, and I love Warcraft, so why not? We'll do that at some point. I would lose on turn 4? Ah! What is that, chess? I think I've gotten checkmated in 6 turns once, when I was playing chess. That was when I was brand new, still learning. I think I got checkmated in 6 turns, yeah. The struggle. Do sheep have priority over farms? Absolutely, Chamberman. When you think about it, farms cost 60 wood, sheep are free. So you should definitely want to focus on the sheep first, the free resources that you have before you start overly investing in farms. Yeah. My elimination. No, I was playing it way before him. Way before him, dude. I was playing Morgana before all these guys. Just like I was playing support Annie well before then. Because I don't know, the pros take way too long to figure out what stuff is good. I spend all day like theory crafting this crap, and no, like I've been playing Morgana forever, and now that other people are playing Morgana, I don't feel unique anymore, so now I have to go figure out something else to play, I guess. But yeah, you can check out my LOL King. As of this video, I guess I'm in Gold 4, and most of my games, the vast majority of them, are on Morgana. For a long time, I had a 90% win rate, but a lot of DCs have dropped that down, unfortunately, to about 80%, but that's still pretty good. I'm pretty proud of my Morgana. There's a lot of work, but it's catching on now. People are catching on, but I'll have to find something else that's stupid in the meantime. I'll figure it out, I always try to stay ahead of the curve. And so far I've been basically 100% with that, so. Yeah, hipster resonance, playing it before it was cool. Oh yeah, it's attorneys, I keep missing the queue, man. We'll get you in next stream, though. I have not figured out what where the meta is going now, just because I don't know what the... Because I was just playing the new meta before the new meta was played, and now they're shifting onto my meta, so... I don't know where things are going next. It's hard to say, But I've seen a lot of Kale Annie bot lane, which I think is pretty interesting, so... People shifting away from the AD carries, and they're starting to run my weird cheese crap like Karthus support. I actually finally saw another Karthus support in ranked, and I think I had an orgasm. But that guy was awful, and he was doing it wrong, but I found another support Karthus, and I was like, there is a god. Someone who's as stupid as I am. But enough about League of Legends. That's not really relevant, I guess, to this particular video, although it is definitely one of my favorite games. So I won't talk about it too much. I'm sure not all of you are interested, but if you are, you know, feel free to add me. I'll definitely play with you. Same name, Resonance 22. That is, of course... Wow, I just rang the town bell by accident. That is, of course, a limited offer because... Oh, wow. I keep bumping that hotkey. I always do that. I should change it from B to something else, since there's really no reason to ever ring the town bell, because it you know, like, if one of my TCs is under attack, you know, what's the point in garrisoning all of my vills and all of the TCs? That's crazy talk. So there's really no point. The town bell is pretty stupid.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a limited time offer to accept people's friend requests, because at some point, you know, my friends list will be full. But I do play with people a lot on that. Have I played Supreme Commander 2? I have played it a little bit. Not enough, definitely. I know one of my friends was pretty big on that. Hearthstone is something I'm interested in trying, though. Seems like the kind of game I'd like. Are you guys interested in Hearthstone at all? Do you guys like Hearthstone? Why do I never mind gold until Imperial? That's a very, very good question, Mr. Penguino. I do, sometimes, but it depends on what I'm going for. But in Black Forest, I do not need the gold until I'm about into the Imperial Age. Because I don't need the gold except to research technologies and create units. And right now, I'm just making... he broke through into the tree! Oh, epic fail! I just noticed that. I'll ruin with the observance. But yeah, you don't really need it. Although I do need to stockpile on a bit of gold so I can research the Imperial Age eventually and get a couple techs out. But I don't need to invest in it too much. It's much better to put those vills where I need them as I need them, rather than plan too far into the future. Unless I'm going for some sort of weird strategy. If I'm going for a fast Imperial Age, I will absolutely invest in the gold. And if I'm going for a Night Rush, I will go for gold. So it just depends on my needs. But if I'm going for boom, which is what you do on Black Forest, then I don't need the gold. Prefer Magic? Yeah, I love Magic. Do you guys play Magic at all? Magic is definitely one of my favorite games. It's hard to convince people to get started on, though, because it's, I guess, a bit of a cost investment, but it's nowhere near the size of, say, Warhammer on that regard. And I don't think that Magic is very expensive if you play Standard. If you play with friends. If you're trying to play Legacy, though, I don't know why anyone would want to start playing Legacy unless you're rich. But I suppose Legacy is fun. Sneaky tree rush coming, yes. Yes. Probably can put one more on gold, but yeah, no, again, it doesn't really... It's not helping me in any way right now, that's the thing. Build is pointless at the moment. I don't know why I picked the build that was like furthest away from that TC, but whatever, it doesn't make a big difference. That guy can go get his exercise, I guess. I don't know, I'm punishing him for being lazy or huffing paint like my villagers always do. Actually booming okay. Well, thank you, Chris. I really appreciate it. So I started playing Aoe when I was like 7 years old or so. Around 7 years old. I was very young. Obviously, I didn't play it very much back then, but I started playing it like religiously when I was in early elementary school, like first grade through forever, really. And I always would show it to people and make them play it with me when I was in elementary school, man. People would come over just to play Aoe. But, it's definitely always been one of my favorite games, and I've just played it forever. I never really found other RTS games to just be as fun, and I don't know. I really, really like Aoe2. I think it's a brilliantly game. So I guess I've been playing it for, you know, like somewhere around 12 to 13 years at this point. I've been playing it for that long, and I've been playing it online since I was in middle school. Nobody knew I was in middle school back then, obviously, but I started playing online, playing basically only CBA, and I played on Age of Kings and not the Conquerors for like a year or two before I moved to the Conquerors. And then I played mostly custom scenarios, so I played a lot of CBA, and I was a really, really well-known CBA player on GameSpy, so I started on GameSpy Arcade. And yeah, I basically only played CBA for quite a while. Back when CBA was good, I stopped playing it when, in my opinion, they jumped ship. They added way too many rules as the versions went on, and I really preferred the Age of Kings CBA to the Conquerors one, because again, they kept adding rules, like, you only have so many towers and whatnot, and to me that was the fun part of CBA, was that there was no rules, and you could do whatever the hell you wanted, and there were like no restrictions at all, and it made it so fun. And they changed all that. I mean, I had like a 6-hour CBA game once. No, not 6 hours, it was like 4 hours, but I mean, those were awesome. Those were awesome. Like friendship building, you know? And then after that, I played a lot of Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. I was really good at that. I was never really close to being, I guess, one of the better AoE2 players, but I had never really There's only one Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds player I'd ever played against that was a challenge to me and could beat me. Otherwise, I had beaten every single player that I'd ever seen on all, like, Voobly, all the servers that I'd ever played on. I had never really met a challenge. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds is probably the game that I was the best at. I haven't played it in quite a while because no one plays it. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, if you guys don't know, is the basically the Star Wars version of Age of Empires 2, because that had to exist. And it does exist. And it's a fantastic game, an absolutely fantastic game. It's a shame no one plays it anymore. So good. It's so good, and I was actually really good at that game, but it's a shame too because there's no one who really played it. But that was the one thing I could say that I was proud of in that regard, is that I definitely had that game on lockdown. And to this day, I think I'm the only player who actually has beaten the hardest computer without actually exploiting the map generation. So I've never seen anybody claim to do that. So yeah, that's what I did, and then I moved on to the Conquerors after a while. We only moved to Aoe2 just because I was in a clan in Galactic Battlegrounds, and we moved over to Aoe2 because Galactic Battlegrounds just didn't have enough players. And it got boring after a while, just because, I mean, there was only one guy who could, I guess, beat me. I don't know, beat me consistently. That is, that guy was really good. So you know, it got kind of boring. We shifted over to Aoe2. I don't know if you guys have heard of Cannon King, but he's, I think, in some of my old Illuminate videos. But still keep in touch with him. I've known that guy for like 6 years now. It's ridiculous, because he was in the Galactic Battlegrounds clan, and he was in the. Oh shit, I really need to advance. I'm talking way too much. I'm not even paying attention. I'm not even paying attention right now. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to slow imp. But I've been booming like a boss because of muscle memory, but the slow imp is real, guys. Oh, it's your birthday, Deer Hunter! Happy birthday, man! So yeah, then we moved over to Aoe2, and I'd been playing that on GameSpot Arcade since like the dawn of time. And then I moved over to IGZ throughout my Illuminite channel, and then I ended up taking a break due to schoolwork, health issues, and YouTube almost deciding to ban me, but I decided to come back. And definitely don't regret it, because I missed all you guys. And I missed Aoe2. During that time that I was taking that break, I was playing a lot of Dota, so yeah, that's my history. I was playing Dota in that time. I was reasonably good at it, but I feel like Dota kind of jumped ship at some point due to balance, but still a really good game. I guess I still play it every now and then. So yeah, and now I'm back to Aoe2. Yeah, I played on IGZ. It's not called Voobly. I miss GameSpot Arcade. GameSpot Arcade, it's such a very tight-knit community. We all knew each other, and it was just so much fun. We were all on we were really close to each other. I was a member of the clan Ornlu for like 2 years or something like that. And we were really, really good. Clan wars were really, really fun back in the day. We were all like 1,850 players on Voobly or something like that, but it's definitely not very impressive. But we were all right. We got the job done. We were like you know, we were like Subway, you know. It's not a gourmet meal, you know, but it's good. It's good. Gets the job done. You know, you can probably do better. You can definitely do better with the sandwich, but you know, it's a sandwich and it's a solid sandwich, and it's cheap. Resonance was like Subway. But I played very seriously back then. I haven't played that seriously in a bit. Oh, looks like Turt got absolutely positively demolished by God's Knight's stereotypical cheesy conquistador rush that he always does. People would be surprised. Oh, but Turt intelligently walled this off. This is very, very smart in his part. Very, very smart decision. Alright, I'm gonna have to back up Shade bits. There's not too much room to build, so I'm just going to build over here. Okay, yeah. We'll build those barracks over there, I think. Start getting some of the upgrades out. My imp is definitely late for no reason at all, other than I was just not paying attention because I was talking and reading. But my bad. I'll have to be careful about that. Because my imp is unjustifiably late. Should be around, the goal is about 30 minutes, is when I want to get to the Imperial Age, and then I just want to eat people for breakfast. To get conscription, I need to get conscription. Most OP unit, pre-forgotten Mengadai. Absolutely, they're such a pain in the ass to deal with. Either that or Mamluks. But definitely pre-forgotten Mengadai. Just because it's so hard to counter, you're gonna have to throw away a lot of units. But you know, if you let your opponent get to mass Mengadai, then that's kind of your problem. But they're definitely really annoying. Or the Korean siege onagers, pre-forgotten Korean siege onagers, ridiculous. And Mamluks, but nobody really appreciates how OP Mamluks are if you get enough of them. They're still ridiculous, but you got to get enough of them, and they're really expensive. They're really expensive. So, again, if you let your opponent just get all that stuff, then that's your fault. Because they're really expensive and they create really slowly for a reason. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Maybe make some stables. What's going on? Oh, I see. He's not in too much danger, is he? Telemachus is lagging a little bit. That's okay. Standard for HD edition. Not that I mind. I think HD edition is still like probably one of the greatest things to happen to this darn game. So I take what I can get. All I want them to do is to fix the multiplayer status screen, and then this thing will be probably the greatest thing to just happen to gamers and just forever. But they gotta fix that multiplayer status screen, though. Please, Mr. and Mrs. Developer, please. I beseech you. Alright, thank you, Mr. Alarun, for building those. Well, I have so many barracks, but the frame rate is tanking. Absolutely tanking. Hopefully these guys don't need help over there, but if they do, I can still back them up anyway, so not a big deal. Oh, glad to hear it, Maltus. Those are always fun to... Let's see. What's a good way to stop Celt siege and raider spam? That's a good question, and very, very relevant to this particular match, so definitely talk about how to deal with the Celts. I talked about it a bit in the last match that I played, which will be uploaded to YouTube at some point, but by the time you watch this video, it'll have already been uploaded. About countering, you know, like really good army comps, and son of a bitch, I knew I forgot something, and I haven't been building castles, so... GG. Resins gets housed. Alright, raise your shot glasses. Or dongers, I guess. You guys are into that. Raise your what? Let's talk about that in a second, as soon as I'm done fixing my housing problem. Build castles faster, Pokey! Faster! Hey, siege engineers. I should probably start pumping out some siege now that these barracks are done. I don't know why these guys are just masturbating over there. Whatever floats their boats. I mean, hey man, we don't judge, right? That's what I tell people. We don't judge. And these mass halberdiers are not going to cut it. I just needed upgrades on my siege weapons first, so... We need to get some of this stuff out. Keep the upgrades flowing. I guess I'll upgrade to siege round. I need ballistics, that would be nice, but can't have nice things. Raise your glasses high. Alright, let's see if I can finally... Oh, this is really weird. That's such a thin line of trees. in before someone's like, Residence, oh my god, nitpicking, I hate that you get your gold mining upgrade so low, because it's making such a big difference. It's not, but people will nitpick, I don't mind. It is A-okay. Although what I do not like is that my Halberdiers, they just like to sit around and do nothing. We got a Halberdier sissy fight over here with the world's lowest FPS. That is rather unfortunate. You know, I don't know why this game requires Crisis 2 PC specs to play. That is an interesting question. I guess that there's just so many things on the screen, you know. There's so many projectiles. They all have their own physics. It's nonsense. But I envy his access to hand cannoneers. I love gunpowder, guys. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about screwing with the Celts. Alright, so really, this will teach you how to deal with really any army comp whatsoever. But here's the way you look at it, is you want to break it down into individual units, okay? So, oh, look at all these vills that I could just kill right now. Oh, he's backing it up with Boyer, though. This guy's smarter than the average Slav. Slavic Civ. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh my goodness, that's evil. Telemachos is evil. That's actually going to be a problem. That is going to be an issue. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you want to break them down into individual units and look at the individual counters, right? So, wow, crap. I'm gonna need chemistry as well. So if you look at Road Raiders, you know they're the same as basically every other infantry, except they're just faster and better than champions. So they're faster, right? Which means that they are actually pretty good against siege weapons. Whereas I don't know why these guys keep getting bunched up on each other. I literally don't understand what these guys are doing. Oh, these guys are just bugged. Okay, that's fine. But anyway, so they're faster, which means that they're better against siege units because they're less likely to get just gunned down instantly. So that's a thing. But for the most part, okay, yeah, Telemachos is opening up many fronts. That's actually very smart on his part. So you know that they're better against siege units than most infantry. But they're still countered basically the same way, which is for the most part, you know, like they've got no pierce armor, so things like scorpions not a bad option. Basically, all types of ranged units are pretty darn good. You know, even the ones with minimum range, like Onagers, can still do some good solid damage. Solid damage. So like hand cannoneers as well. And then, you know, like horses, like heavy cavalry are pretty good in that regard, so you can go with heavy cavalry. I need to back my front up a bit, and I need to get siege onagers, but I'll never have enough money for that, so that's great. Do I have any spare cash on my team? Actually, everybody looks kind of poor. Zarsh looks like he's holding the line over here quite nicely. But if the two of us can hold this line, we'll be good, and if I get siege onagers, then we'll be solid. So anyway, yeah, you look at the units individually, and you see if it's like you treat it like a Venn diagram when you're trying to counter certain armies. So you see if there's a one size fits all, the Cinderella shoe basically, and you know if the guy's making like Road Raiders and siege onagers, well, you know what counters both of those paladins. Siege onagers really hate units that can get right up in their face, or units that can kill them from a distance really quickly. So like bombard cannons, other onagers are, you know, like they counter each other, much like ghosts counter ghosts in Pokemon, or dragon type is super effective against dragon type. So similar to that, I've got no wood now. I guess I need to keep building more lumber camps, keep my vills closer to the wood line. If they have to walk too far to drop off wood, then that's no bueno. No bueno indeed. So I really don't have too many lumberjacks in retrospect. Wow, Telemachos is just struggling right now with his connection and his game. It is not running. Wow, they have both a double siege onager civs. Good lord, oh god, and he's also Celts. So hey, look for the units that overlap. So in this case, paladins. Paladins would be pretty swell. So paladins counter both of those, which is why you will usually see the combination of halberdiers and siege onagers, which I'm actually using right now. I'm using that specific combination. So there you go. Because that removes the cavalry from the equation. Now, how do you deal with that? Bombard cannons, which they have, unfortunately. Or just tons of onagers are still a good option. Ooh, it's a struggle right now. This is looking rather ugly and awkward. I am finally getting Siege Onager out though, which is nice. I don't know why these guys keep bunching up over here. That's ridiculous. Y'all fired. You fired. I'm giving up on you. I'm gonna start my own barracks with blackjack and hookers. Actually, forget the barracks. I'm still running out of wood. Alright, yeah, so I'm running out of resources, which means my eco is just not up to snuff. So we gotta fix that. And then we can maybe turn this. I think we can turn this. I just need to get my eco up to snuff. Onager down his guys. Maybe widen this front a little bit over here so I can slip some dudes through. But I think we've got this, honestly. I just need to get my eco up to snuff so I can compete. Siege Onagers is almost done researching, and there's the status report over here. Zarsh is stalling like an absolute mastermind. They have so many Siege Onagers. They have 3 of those. Siege Onagers are so good in these tight engagements. Scorpions seem like a decent idea as well, so I do want to invest in those to deal with these mass halberdiers. However, they do have onagers of their own, so scorpions aren't going to be particularly good, but I do want to throw a couple in there. To deal with these melee units with low pierce armor, like warriors.